Mr. Chernoff?
Judge Lunette, Sampson.
Hi, ma'am, will you please step into the jury box? The witness box. Yes, ma'am. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly state that the testimony you may give in the cause now pending before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may be seated. Please state your name for the record. Spell your first and last names.
My name is Lunette Sampson. My first name spelled L-U-N-E-T-T-E. Last name S-A-M-P-S-O-N.
Good morning, Ms. Sampson.
Good morning.
Let me provide you with introductory instructions. First of all, please sit back and relax.
Okay.
Second of all, please speak loudly. We have to hear you.
Okay.
And you should speak in a loud voice. You don't have to get right on top of the mic because then we'll get some distracting feedback.
Okay.
Thirdly, if you are asked to provide a yes or no answer to a question, answer yes or no rather than using slang, or which can be confusing. And lastly, please wait until you hear an entire question before you even start to answer it. Many of us think we know what the question calls for, so we start to interrupt, but it's important to wait for the whole question and then respond. Is all of that okay?
It's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Direct examination, Mr. Chernoff.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank
Ms.
you.
Ms. Sampson?
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Where do you live, ma'am?
I presently live in San Diego, California now, but I formerly lived in Las Vegas, Nevada.
And when did you live in Las Vegas?
I lived in Las Vegas from November 2002 until just October 1st of this year.
When you were in Vegas, did you experience any physical problem?
I experienced a lot of physical problems. Actually, I had 3 heart attacks while I was in Las Vegas.
When was the first one?
The first one was November 2008. Prior to that, I'd had a bout with congestive heart failure, and the second one was 2009 around February, and the third one was probably around April 2009. And I had several bouts with congestive heart failure even after.
And your heart attack in 2008, that was about 3 years ago?
Yes.
All right. Can you give us some insight as to how that occurred, where you were, what happened?
Actually, I was on the freeway when I had the heart attack, and when I got to my destination, they called 911, and I was taken to the hospital. Can't remember exactly which hospital. I think it was Sunrise Hospital. And I told them Dr. Murray was my cardiologist, and he was out of town, and he had a covering doctor who saw me at the hospital.
All right. Now, Dr. Murray, you're referring to Dr. Conrad Murray?
Yes.
The man sitting to my left here?
Yes.
All right.
Indicating the defendant, Dr. Murray.
You had been treated by Dr. Murray for some time prior to your heart attack, is that right?
Yes, because when I don't know what year it was, but probably about 1995, I'd had a heart attack. And so I had been seeing cardiologists in San Diego. And when I got to Las Vegas, my primary care doctor Dr. Conrad Murray referred me to him.
Okay. And he was treating you with medications?
He was treating me with medications. And periodically, I was having these bouts with congestive heart failure. and I would end up in the hospital, and he would treat me, and when, retest me, and basically he took care of me through those years.
All right, well, let's go back, let's go down. You had your first heart attack, you said, in 2008? Or,
In Vegas, yes.
and you mentioned a heart attack you had in 1995?
Yes, which is what actually brought me to having to be seen by any cardiologist.
Okay. All right, so I
Okay.
got confused there. All right. During the period of time that Dr. Murray was treating you, Ms. Sampson, did he perform any procedures on you?
He performed many procedures on me. He found out that I had blockages in my heart. He repaired that. And I also had peripheral artery disease, and he repaired the arteries in both of my legs.
These problems that you're having, are they related to some underlying illness that you have?
You might be able, I don't know if they're related to, I'm a diabetic, it could be related to that.
Well, let's talk about this heart attack that you had, and Dr. Murray was not in town.
Okay.
What year did you say that?
I'll overrule the objection.
What year did you say that was?
That was in 2008.